Hello and welcome to another Bearded Geek toy review. In today's video we're looking at this Marvel Legends Deadpool Legacy Collection Wolverine figure. Stay tuned.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're looking at this Marvel Legends figure from the Deadpool Legacy Collection based on Hugh Jackman's appearance as Wolverine from the X-Men series of movies, originally produced by Fox, but they now kind of like essentially come under the Marvel MCU Disney banner now, that Disney have bought out Fox. There are two other figures in this collection. The one that was announced at the same time as this one, which is the Deadpool figure, which I do have on order. It is like unicorn poo. It's very difficult to get hold of, and literally everywhere is sold out, and people on eBay are selling it for like 70, 80, 90 pounds, which obviously I'm not prepared to pay for a £25 figure. And then suddenly I checked Amazon, and Amazon said, hey, we've got it in stock. And I immediately placed that order. And then suddenly, literally within 10 minutes of me placing that order, the shipping estimation went from we're going to ship out soon to, oh, we'll ship out between September the 30th and February the 8th next year. So even Amazon can't get hold of that bloody figure at the moment. I am hoping when we're in the US in a couple of weeks for our summer holiday that I might come across it, perhaps in Universal Studios, in Marvel Superhero Island, or perhaps in one of the Disney stores, because obviously they sell Marvel Legends as well, in both Disney and Universal. There's a long story behind that. Sure, you'll know about it, or you can Google it. Anyway, this is the Wolverine figure. This is a slight amendment to a figure that was released a couple of years ago, similar to the wave of that included Mystique. Obviously, I reviewed the Mystique figure a couple of weeks ago. Now, that Wolverine figure had Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in his leather jacket, kind of like with the swappable heads, but his look from the X-Men Origins movie. Now, this is a slight variant, slight tweak. Obviously, he's without the leather jacket. He's just in the vest, and it is an updated digital face sculpt as well. We've also reviewed a previous Wolverine figure, which is this guy here, which is more like the comic book version. And this came with kind of like red hot, kind of like almost as if they were just recently forged adamantium claws, so they were kind of like a mixture of amber and red. So what I did is I customized that and made them silver with the use of a silver Sharpie, which was quite good. So we have a video for that. And what I'm going to do is, once we get this figure out, I'm going to see if we can swap heads as well. So give you an idea of what the forthcoming Deadpool versus Wolverine. Oh, it's not Deadpool versus Wolverine. I keep saying Deadpool versus Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine figure, which is due out around about late October, early November, which obviously has Hugh Jackman in this iconic costume. So I'll give you an idea of what he will look like. And obviously we've got little Deadpool here, just to kind of like fill up a bit of space in there. I will still be doing a Marvel Universe figure review at some point of the ones that I've got, and an overview of that range. But in the meantime, this is also the brand new packaging for Marvel Legends. So it's more square, it hasn't got the slanted sides, obviously back to having windows, Deadpool symbol at the top, obviously at the side we've got a nice little Deadpool picture there with a question mark. We've got Deadpool on the back. It just says Wolverine at the top there. Obviously, I think the Deadpool figure is virtually the same, except for just say Deadpool there. And obviously the Deadpool logo symbol drawn on there, and then on the bottom you've got your usual safety information. Anyway, so that's the packaging and the background of the figure. Let's get it open and have a closer look. So we've got the figure out of the outer packaging, and here's it is in the inner packaging, and just straight away I'm just bowled over by that likeness of Hugh Jackman on both heads. Just looks really, really cool. So we will obviously pop those out now. And obviously you can see that it does come with 2 alternate hands as well. Fists if you don't want him with the adamantium claws. And here he is, the Wolverine, Logan himself, as portrayed by Hugh Jackman, who has been, let's say, face it, absolutely iconic in the role. Whoever follows him is going to have a very, very tough act to follow. But who knows? I mean, it is perhaps potentially looking like, with the rumours, that Hugh Jackman's going to continue now as Wolverine. Obviously, the rumours that he's going to be in the just announced Avengers Secret Wars film, which is due out in 2027. Obviously, Deadpool and Wolverine has been a huge box office success. It's closing down on close to $1 billion just after 2 weeks of release. My 14-year-old lad's really gutted that he's can't see it over here, but we have promised that we will all go to see it in the US, even though it's an R-rated film, because under 17s in the US can go to R-rated movies if they're accompanied by an adult. Which is absolutely bizarre. It means you could take a 5-year-old to go and see The Exorcist or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just absolutely random. But, you know, so we've held off for the moment, although I have seen absolutely loads of bloody spoilers. But, you know, you really couldn't avoid all the spoilers and cameos and stuff that have been leaked online. And even Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are kind of like tweeting all that kind of stuff out now. I'm sticking it on Instagram. So, yeah, this is absolutely iconic. Some brilliant sculpting here in the arms. Obviously standard kind of like jeans, striped trousers and feet. Obviously, because this is slightly obviously a reissue of an older figure, but with some new adjustments to it. They've not done much with the legs, so we've still got pinned joints on the legs here. Nice dog tag accessory, which I thought looked in publicity photos looked a bit cumbersome and too big, but actually that looks actually kind of like all right. I really do like that. But just look at that absolute feral scream roar there from Hugh Jackman. That is amazing. I'm going to have to say, of all the face sculpts that they've done, these digital face sculpts that Hasbro now do, you know, there's some corkers, you know, there's been some brilliant ones. You know, the Christopher Lee Count Dooku in the Star Wars Black Series is, I think, probably one of the best. But this one is just, this is amazing. Just look at that. That is brilliant. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, some good butterfly joints there for you to move the arms round. Obviously, you know, and it doesn't look too cumbersome with obviously having bare flesh, because sometimes that looks really awkward as a figure. Obviously, he's got some nice lower waist articulation there, and obviously we have some waist swivel as well. You obviously got the usual, you know, movement on the legs. You've got thigh swivel. You've got some really good movement in the legs there with those knees, and again, obviously same with the legs. But ultimately, I'm going to probably have this really kind of like stood there in that kind of like angry pose. Let's see. Let's just pop off this head and let's see what he looks like with the standard head on there. Now that's probably how you're probably gonna, you might have it if you had the fists on. I've not bothered taking the fists out because obviously, you know, what's the point in having a Wolverine figure you know, and not having him displayed with his adamantium claws. But even so, just that face sculpt is just, that's just amazing. This is one of Hasbro's best face sculpts. I'm absolutely bowled over with this. It just looks really, really cool. Just going to put him down there. And hopefully he'll stand up. Yeah, so he does look imposing there. He's giving that kind of stare there. So, let's take this previous Marvel Legends Wolverine figure. Let's just see if we can pop off the head here. And see what he looks like if we can pop this on. Oh, that looks cool. Wow. That's a little preview to what obviously the figure that's due out in later in the year from the movie is going to look like. Obviously, it's going to be taller because this is a more comic book accurate Wolverine, so it's quite obviously a shorter Wolverine there. And but yeah, wow, that is amazing. That just looks really cool. That, wow. I'm really torn here because these are just two brilliant face sculpts, and I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to have him with Roaring or have him with the more neutral head on there. I'm not going to keep the Hugh Jackman head on the comic book figure, but it just shows how good that is. That is amazing. I know I'm gushing here, but, you know, this is just, you know, I think you have to give praise when a figure is that good. And, oh, I've just lost the comic book head. Let's pop that back on. Oh, God. Oh, there you go. Right, okay, so need to move him back down. So, yeah. So we'll pop him back there. I think he's going to fall over now because I've kind of adjusted his leg there slightly. Yeah, he's not going to stand up. Brilliant. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do? Just look at these two facial sculpts there. I don't know why that's not focusing. That is just something else. I really don't know what to do. I think initially I'm going to probably display him with the Roaring face, kind of like having more bent down. But these are just two absolutely brilliant heads there, and give you obviously a wide range of options. And of course you can then, because I believe the Deadpool and Wolverine upcoming suited figure will have him wearing the mask, and obviously I think then a kind of like neutral face similar to this one. So again, you can then obviously swap it around and probably put that one on there. It's going to give you lots of different options, which is one of the reasons why I probably bought this figure, just because it was, and it looked so cool as well. Well, there you go. This is a brilliant figure. If you can get hold of it, it's still in stock in quite a lot of places. Like I say, it's the Deadpool figure that seems to be the really rare one out of this wave. They had announced another figure that's just been put into this Deadpool Legacy Collection, and that is Colossus, which has already sold out in quite a few places like Hasbro Pulse. But that's like a deluxe figure because obviously the size of it. And that's going to be, I think, about £40. So I've not pulled the trigger on that one. I might just keep my eye on it and see once stocks of that get sent out, and if it's kind of like one of those that's going to hang around and potentially come down in price, because deluxe figures don't tend to sell out as quickly as standard figures because of the expense of them. So I'm keeping my eye on that one. But here we have it. There you go. There's the Hugh Jackman Wolverine figure from the Deadpool Legacy Collection. Absolutely amazing. Brilliant head sculpts. Absolutely recommended. and just probably one of Hasbro's best digital face sculpts so far. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, then please leave us a like. It really does help out the channel. And if you've not yet hit that notification bell or hit that subscription button to subscribe to the channel, then please do so, as it really does help us out. Thank you once again to everybody who continues to subscribe to the channel. Our numbers continue to steadily rise. Thank you very much. It is really, really appreciated. And hopefully we will have a Deadpool figure at some point to review if it actually gets sent out. Part of me is not holding my breath, but still loads of cool stuff to come. So in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you very, very soon on Bearded Geek Toy Reviews. Bye now. I don't think I'll bother redoing that one.
Hey, it's me. Don't scratch. Just cleaning up the timelines. Look, eventually, you're gonna hang up the claws, and it's gonna make a lot of people very sad.
Huh?
But one day, your old pal Wade's gonna ask you to get back in the saddle again. And when he does, say yes.
Oh, right.
Go home, Sugar Bear. Go home.